Welcome back. It's a late night, and somehow Cyberpunk 2077 has found itself in the middle of yet another controversy. This time, it's not about glitches or T-posing NPCs, but about the very soul of PC gaming itself: modding. Now, I want to ask you guys a serious question. How do you feel about paid mods? Personally, I come from an era where mods were passion projects. Total conversions like Vice City zombie mods that were released for free by the community, for the community. But apparently, we are now living in a timeline where everything must be monetized, including the ability to play Cyberpunk in VR. Here is the situation. A modder named Luke Ross created a VR mod for Cyberpunk 2077, which sounds incredible if you have the hardware to run it without melting your GPU. However, CD Projekt Red decided to issue a DMCA strike against him because he was charging people on Patreon for access to the mod. According to CDPR, this violated their fan content guidelines, which state you can't monetize their IP without permission. They even told him, hey, just ask for donations instead. But Luke wasn't having it. He argued that his mod didn't contain any of Cyberpunk's code or assets, and was just a piece of software that injected VR functionality into the game engine. He basically said, I'm taking my ball and going home, and scrubbed the mod from existence. Now, I hate paid mods as much as the next guy, but I also care about nuance. If Luke's claim is true, that his mod contained zero code from the game itself, then CDPR issuing a DMCA is actually kind of scummy. It sets a dangerous precedent where companies can take down any third-party software that interacts with their game, like Reshade or performance tools, simply because they don't like it. Luke went on a bit of a rant, calling CDPR corpos, and pointing out that his mod likely drove sales for their game, especially for people who wanted that VR experience. And he has a point. Mods often extend the life of a game indefinitely. Look at Starfield. The Star Wars Genesis mod pack basically turns that dumpster fire into a playable game, and it's completely free. Or the GTA Stars and Stripes project, adding the entire US map to San Andreas. These are labors of love that keep games alive. But here's the kicker. Luke could have avoided all of this by just making the mod free and putting up a donation link. People will donate if you aren't being a greedy jerk about it. Instead, he locked it behind a paywall, drew the ire of the legal team, and now nobody gets to play Cyberpunk in VR unless they use a free alternative like Vorp X. It's a situation where nobody really wins. The modder loses his income, the gamers lose a cool feature, and CDPR looks like the bad guy for enforcing their IP rights. But honestly, if you are charging a monthly subscription for a mod that depends entirely on another company's product, you are playing with fire. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Modding should be about community and passion, not Patreon tiers.